Seeing all of these Y2K inspired outfits is really making me feel nostalgic. So the create this book is out and the theme is nostalgia. Is this not the coolest theme? I'm so excited. And the first prompt is create similarity. Draw two people or things that are similar but not exactly the same. We need a sheet of paper because there's a ton of bleed through on the other side. And how's about some acrylic markers? Okay, I have a very clear idea in mind and I don't know if this is gonna work. There are no skin tones. We adapt. Let's grab some transfer sheets and some alcohol markers. Are you ready for the reference? Only the most iconic noughties look there is, followed by 2016 era, the 2010s. If you haven't guessed already, we are drawing one face split in two. And the first skin tone is pretty much orange. Lots of blush. This is gonna be interesting. Christina Aguilera had such a cool and unique look of the era. The makeup, the hair, it just screams noughties, doesn't it? In real time though, Bailey Sarian, of course.
Smell fresh here.
Oh, love a true crime, me. Let's rub out that vague sketch and just go for it. Gotta say, I don't really have many skin tone alcohol markers. I also don't really know how to use alcohol markers. We are drawing this before the Moana piece for the Scene series. This is the practice piece to that, so you're gonna have to bear with me on this. Hopefully there'll be some closer colours in here. I'm not sure this is right though. Already it's looking super dark. But I guess people were kind of orange, so it just doesn't feel right. Well anyway, the noughties look. Tan skin, lots of blush, and those light pastel eyeshadow colours. I'm not sure if I've really seen them since. That icy blue shade, I haven't seen on an actual person in like 2 decades. It's a look though. It's such a cool look and some people did pull it off. It feels like an era when makeup was worn to just be fun. It wasn't for a particular face shape. It wasn't supposed to be flattering. It was just fun makeup and it's a trend. Like everyone had similar eyeshadow, similar eyebrows. It was a look. But what's gonna be on the other side to match our Christina Aguilera inspired look? Going from the noughties to the 2010s. Now that we're in 2026, I think it's been referred to as the 2016 era makeup. But honestly, it was probably sooner. If you remember like Zoella, the days when all of the beauty YouTubers came along, this is where my makeup style comes from. And to be honest, it was a cool era. The heavy contour, the blush, the eyes. Like a glittery eye with a cut crease. I can't do eyeliner. I've never been able to do eyeliner, unfortunately. All those people out there, if you can do eyeliner, you are amazing. I do not know how you do it. I can use a paintbrush, but I can't use an eyeliner. How silly is that? And also, how are you supposed to get both of them identical? You can just about do one eye, but how do you make the second one look so similar, especially if it has like a wing? I don't know. Anyway, off topic there. The matte lipstick. Do you remember how crunchy that matte lipstick was? Oh, my lips nowadays could never. I use Vaseline like every hour. The false lashes as well. Do you remember like a decade or 2 ago when everyone wore false lashes for every single thing? Maybe that was more of a British thing now I'm thinking about it. But okay, 10 years ago makeup was pretty interesting. Nowadays, okay, I've tried to stay with the times. I think it's the clean girl makeup look is what it's called nowadays, isn't it? Maybe I'm already a couple of years out for that. The idea is that it looks minimal, which means nowadays there's like no eyeshadow. The fun part, like yes, the Christina Aguilera era was a little bit much, but I love a bit of eyeshadow. Even now, even though it's not cool, like pink eyeshadow and a darker crease, a little bit of glitter, have some fun with it. I don't know. For me, that's a must-have. I'd never choose to put foundation or something on and just skip eyeshadow. So the face on the right is definitely where my makeup still lies. And hopefully it will come around again. I mean, it was a little bit extra, but eyeshadow is fun. Okay, let's glue both of these in. Ended up using alcohol markers for the entire thing, basically. There are just no skin tone acrylic markers. And we can't forget the little glittery eyeshadow. I have this metallic acrylic marker for the eyes, the lips, the jewelry. Both of these eras had a lot of glitter in, so we need to show that. We need highlight. Makeup is fun, and whilst they are completely different looks, they are both fun. They're crazy, they're colourful, they're glittery. And in my opinion, that's kind of what I feel like makeup should be. It should be fun, it should be a way of expressing yourself. Let me know below, what are your thoughts on makeup? I don't wear it very often, but when I do, a nice colourful glittery eye and a bit of blush, right? I can see the vision though, especially the 2016 era one. Is that drawing not super accurate? Moving on, the theme is nostalgia. What's the second art prompt in the creator's book? Well, it's create width. Draw something with extremely wide lines. I have another very specific idea in mind. We need paper. I have wanted to do this ever since I opened my shop. You can't tell in the slightest, but there are tiny little sketches on this paper, and they are gonna be perfect, because we are actually making a sticker bundle for the next prompt. This prompt is all about lines, so why don't we fill the entire background with alcohol markers and various lines. They're kind of pastel colours, they kind of blend together, they don't look great. But it doesn't matter because most of it is getting covered up because we're using acrylic markers for this. We're finally drawing a Care Bear, as well as some other super cool stuff. The first is very Y2K inspired, but Care Bears have been around forever. They've been around for so long. And in my opinion, I think the most iconic Care Bear is the Cheer Bear, the one with the little rainbow on the belly. I'm pretty sure I had this one as a child. Maybe the blue one. The blue one might be quite iconic as well. But the rainbow, we all know the rainbow, right? Plus that makes them pastel pink. And we need this to be a colourful sticker pack eventually. My art style with acrylic markers is very strange. If you're seeing it for the first time, you might not quite grasp what we're doing. Basically, I like to add highlights, midtones and shadows in various blobs. Yeah, that's about it really. We just blob and we just keep blobbing until the page is done. Make sure there's lots of different values and we can go in with the darker colours. But it's basically blobs. Is rainbow we have to get correct though. Have it blending slightly into the other because it's still a bit wet. Of course, if it starts to go wrong, there's not much we can do though. Already this is looking adorable though. Oh, I've wanted to make the sticker pack for so long. It is perfect. Look at this little cutie. Let's just deepen those shadows. And that's number 1 of 4 complete.
I want you to know how I feel. Though I may say it, I just think that I might have to spell it out for you.
That's right, next up is My Little Pony. Trying to think of a different colour so this can be a fun pack. This one in particular, I am certain I had as a child. It's like mint green. I don't think I've created many pieces using this colour palette before, so I'm thinking it might be fun if we focus more on those green tones and save blue for the next one. This blobby kind of art style actually originated from the marker stand. If you haven't seen, we painted this together, experimented with acrylic markers, created this, absolutely loved it, as well as a couple of other pieces. It's crazy because it took so long for me to find my art style with every other medium, and then acrylics just happened instantly. So hey, you never know, if you're struggling to find your art style, why don't you grab a different art supply, see what happens.
What does she do?
Next up, of course we have to include it, it's a Nintendo DS. Or just a miniature little games console, you don't know what it could be. You'll see I actually got to the drawing on the buttons part and was like, no, we're not gonna draw anything, they're just gonna be nondescript buttons, just in case. Nintendo, please don't come for me. It is a console, a thing. I mean, they don't even sell DSs anymore, right? This is the DS Lite. In my opinion, a pretty iconic games console. I think mine was actually white. They sold so many colors though, right? I think they had a pastel pink, maybe like a lime green too. But yeah, this is gonna be a sticker, so it's blue. They all need to stand out. Finally, number 4 is a Tamagotchi. I've actually never used a Tamagotchi, unfortunately. A little bit of trauma for you. When I was a child, my brother got one. He killed it instantly, the pet, and it was one of those ones that couldn't be reset. So my parents said it was a waste of money and none of us were ever allowed a Tamagotchi again. So I've never actually had a Tamagotchi. But they are so expensive nowadays. Would have been great as a child though, when I actually had time to look after a digital pet. Maybe one day. For now, these are dry, so we get to add the highlights. Especially when it comes to eyes, the highlights absolutely make it. You can also ruin a painting quite easily with highlights. You can overdo it. I actually did this recently in a How Much Art Can You Make episode. We made this pumpkin in Art with Ashley Monet's art style, and the juicy highlights went too hard. We're not gonna risk it this time. That's everything scanned because this is traditional. Obviously, it's gonna take a long while to turn it into a sticker. You have to wait to the very end for that. For now, we have the actual paintings. All 4 of these little pieces need to be cut up like an actual sticker, and then we need to add the border around them because obviously the prompt is create width, and that made me loosely think of a sticker. Kind of. It's a bit of a leap. You'll see. A big thank you to my Patreon supporters, the sketchbook buddies. And if you're enjoying this video, why don't you go ahead and give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. There's a lot of videos in the Create This Book playlist. You might like them, I'll leave it below.
I want this all to be crystal clear. Oh, I care about you more than a lot. Feel.
Stick the last little painting in, and that is 2 more prompts complete. First up, create similarity. We have a noughties inspired makeup look going in the 2016 era, 2010s. Definitely need to create more portraits using alcohol markers. There's room for improvement. Then for create width, we have some more nostalgia to make the cutest little sticker bundle. And with the frames, how cool do these look? They look like stickers. Well, that's the Create This Book done. But what do they look like? Here are the little stickers. They're pretty much an identical size with the dotty hollow on top. When it comes to nostalgia, I think this finish really works. And just like that, the shop has reopened. The huge 2026 shop update is here. On Sunday, we're back with a huge vlog preparing for this whole update. And then next Thursday, we're creating 60 lino print art trading cards. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up, so I hope you'll join me. For now, go grab a drink, create some art, and look after yourself. Bye bye.